Hi guys, welcome to a brand new episode of Glimpse Beyond. And this is basically where we take you through some of the very cool experiences we've been working on in the backend, because obviously our developers and our tech team and our designers are constantly working to come up with new experiences that can be used by brands across the world. So as we gear up for the upcoming Football World Cup, we're actually going to focus on a lot of the football experiences that we built and how several or any brand can basically use these to add a layer of gamification, AR, and also AI to engage fans in the most fun, engaging, immersive ways. So let's dive into it. When we think about football and the fun challenges, the sort of first thing that comes to mind is a crossbar challenge. And so this super popular, on-ground challenge that everyone was obsessed with, we decided to take it digital. And so the crossbar challenge that you see behind me, it's a super cool, fun, immersive game which uses in-game physics where you actually have to aim and hit the crossbar, so sort of swipe on the screen, hit the crossbar and score as many points as you can. So obviously different corners and ends of the crossbar means different points. So you find yourself really immersed in this game because it's also got some very cool visuals where you're in a live stadium, which I'm sure you'll see behind me. There's cheers, there are crowds cheering for you, there's music and some great stuff happening. Now, how can brands use this? Well, it's a perfect way to add gamification and an element of competitiveness for your customers. So for example, imagine you're Oreo and you want to add some sort of hype activation for the World Cup. Well, imagine you have to hit the crossbar with Oreo cookies. You have to sort of swipe and aim Oreo cookies and hit the crossbar. Or this could be really, really perfect for any sort of sports retailers, like whether it's an Adidas or a Nike. Any of them could have this game and also a leaderboard where they're sort of pushing customers to play the game, play it in-store, play it online, and also promoting the World Cup, which obviously sports retail brands are a huge part of. And what makes this game perfect is the fact that it brings back a lot of nostalgia, and it's also got a challenging and competitive sort of aspect to it as well. So we built a really fun game called the Island Dribble, and this is a web-based game where we're taking football onto a really cool tropical island theme. And this game is super fast-paced, it's incredibly snackable, and it's also very addictive. So in this game, you sort of have to drag and drop a ball in the opposite direction to avoid defenders, to avoid cones, and to also score a goal. So because it's so fast-paced, you're sort of really focused, you're engrossed, and it's also really addictive. Now, when I think of this game, I actually imagine any sort of beverage brand being perfect for this game, because you could have your products as the obstacles and in place of the defenders. And imagine this is promoted on the product pack as well. You're simply scanning the product pack to play this game, making it very, very versatile and also engaging, because people are going to engage with your product and they're also going to be playing a football themed game. So if you're a brand who likes to do things that are sort of quirky and out of the norm, because obviously this isn't just a football game, it's also like a fun tropical island game. This sort of game would be perfect for you. It's also really great because of the addictive element where people are going to be playing this non-stop and challenging their friends. And and because it's web-based, it's basically super easy to access. You can promote it anywhere as well. Let's talk about the Football Trump Card Mania game that we made. So we have all grown up playing, collecting, and trading trump cards, and we decided to make it digital because obviously trump cards have been a huge part of everyone's life. It's super nostalgic, and there's no other way to sort of get excited for the Football World Cup or any footballing event. And obviously a trump card game is the perfect example. In this game, you're sort of playing against a computer, you're testing your knowledge about various players and their stats, and you have to sort of beat the computer and select the higher stat within 3 to 5 seconds. So you have time to think for 3 seconds, and you need to also pick the higher stat. And what makes this a really sort of great way for various brands is when you sort of have a sort of association with a player, or you have some sort of team association, or your sponsor. It's kind of a great way to add a special edition limited card as well. So obviously you have your basic cards, and then you have a branded themed special edition card. And this makes it really fun. It makes it really competitive, because obviously you're going to want to play to collect that limited edition card. And this is something that can be dropped obviously on match days, or when a particular player is playing or a team is playing. This is a great game for brands to sort of really build anticipation and also competitiveness, because imagine you have a leaderboard, you're going to have your fans and your customers sort of challenging their friends and trying to get the highest score on top of the leaderboard. And they're going to obviously keep interacting with this game, which is also super fun. Have you ever dreamed of being inside a football locker room? Well, we've kind of got you covered, because our TikTok AR experience takes you and transports you into a football locker room. So in this experience, which is a 360-degree look around TikTok AR effect, you sort of have to pan your phone around and tap to collect all the football elements that are mentioned on the screen. Now, for brands, I can think of multiple ways that this sort of TikTok AR experience would be perfect. So imagine you have multiple products placed in an environment, and you have to ask users to find those products. Or even if you're a sporting team, what makes this great is that you can customize the locker room to match your entire, team's colors, your team's elements and items. So whether you're cricket or you're a baseball team or an NBA team, you can obviously change the elements and have people looking around to find these elements. And this sort of gamified TikTok effect is kind of perfect for driving UGC content. It's super shareable, and it also has the potential to go viral. You never know. And while what you see behind me is a TikTok AR effect, the same thing can also be replicated on Snapchat. So whichever platform your sort of brand has more of a presence on, we can make it on any of them. So we've got a really fun TikTok AR effect that we created, which you'll see here. And it's actually a voice-based effect. And if you're on TikTok and are constantly sort of, scrolling on the app, you would have seen a lot of these trending effects where people have to try and guess the correct fruit name or guess the correct color based on the sort of mannequins that come to you. So that's what we've done, except we've made it football themed, and this effect really tests your knowledge of football jerseys and the teams participating in the World Cup, because what you have here is a mannequin coming towards you in a particular football jersey, and you have to say the name of the country and pronounce it in the right way to move on to the next one. So this sort of voice-enabled and voice-based TikTok effect kind of works really well for brands, because you can have multiple products appearing, you can have your brand tagline, slogan, and also words from like your brand jingle that sort of comes, and people have to say it to get through to the next word and finally unveil a prize or unveil a final product as well. And so where I'm imagining is whether like your sports brand, imagine you could showcase multiple products that you have, like whether it's a cap, a t-shirt, a jersey, shorts, any of those products can be shown in a really fun way, and you can have customers sort of learning more about them and engaging with the brand as well. And what makes these kind of effects really fun is the fact that you can drive UGC challenges. It's super shareable, and a lot of people are going to be interacting with your brand. There's a lot of product visibility as well, and people are going to be sharing it all over TikTok. These sort of voice-enabled experiences are super innovative, and a really good thing is that if your brand doesn't exist on TikTok, this can also be done on Snapchat. So that brings us to the end of this Glimpse Beyond episode. Obviously, we'll be back again soon with some of the cool demos and work we've been doing.